So we have currently 3 active character arcs. Ako, I'm tracking that kasi separately. 2 of them have done their opening. 1 has not, which is the Dream Boy.
Let's go.
And we are officially starting with the Weeping Priest. So the Weeping Priest is about secrets, ravens, books, and flame. So, Lance, if you try calling your book demon, you'll have a bonus. If any of you try to figure out secrets, you'll have a bonus. If it's anything to do with flame or ravens, you'll have a bonus. But
Nice.
also, it also tends to mean weaknesses, betrayals, turnabout, loss will happen. And then keep in mind, quick ways to get despair and joy. There's some recommendations there. Game does not have to start in the last session's time moment. There could have been a few hours, there could have been a few days, and so on and so forth. This is basically what we'll call narrative time or narrative play. Rocky, for your narrative play, what sort of downtime activity do you want to have done? Did you try building a kindled object? A kindled object is basically a one-time use magic, so it's very simple to use. Or do you want to have created something else? Do you want to have researched something? Do you want to have reconnected with someone? Ganun.
I don't immediately know. We did the white door.
Did you want to get to know more about Fartown and understand the different places present? Did you want to jump into an opportunity where you're meeting more of the inhabitants present? Other than your main plots, was there something as a character you wanted to explore or get to understand more about this game world?
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank.
Okay. We can go back to you. We can check with the others first.
Can.
Dino, does Rowan want a narrative scene?
The last I remember, I was leaving for the cave, right? This is like a
Ano kasi, we can look at it as your arrival in the cave will definitely play through that and all that. Do you want to start there na, or do you want to have a side moment first? Something you did in preparation for the cave, a quick trip you did somewhere else before you get to the cave, and so on and so forth.
Okay, sige. I guess I do want to try and gather more information about the cave. Can we do that?
Ano naman, in what way do you gather the information? Do you talk to strangers in the street and find out more? Do you look for a certain organization you'll talk to? Or do you want to try finding a place that might have information related to the cave?
Because the raven popped out. I kind of want to, maybe, can I can cast spells, diba?
Yeah.
And this is not gonna affect when I'm in the cave na.
Yeah. Mga later, we'll play through that later. In narrative time, we don't role play through scenes. We'll just give the summaries of what happened.
Okay, yeah. Then I just wanna cast. I wanted. We're not gonna roll anything.
No, there's no roles in narrative time.
And then in that case, yeah, I just wanted to talk with plant life or animals, like just get more information about the cave. What have they heard or sensed? Ganon. So I want to use the aggregates of yung speech from wind and nature and plants from woods.
So you're using plants from woods and speech from wind to talk to the nearby plants and verdant life. So you went for nature and speech.
Nature and speech, yeah.
So weaving your magic, you wrap it around you. Describe how it manifests.
The way I see Rowan casting spells is like there's like this whirlpool, kind of like this twisting kind of nether of like the concepts that just like appear over his head, and then there are just two now. So one is kind of like gray and white, light blue, and that's where the swirling concepts of things about wind and qualities of wind, and then the other one is like grays, browns, greens. Then he literally like pulls from them, and then lots of swirly movement comes up with the spell. This one, so he pulls the concept of speech and the concept of nature, brings them together, and then it's like this glowing like light, and then he swallows it, and then when he swallows it, it's kind of like when Ariel sings, and it just connects with what's around him, plants and animals, and yeah, as he'll be trying to talk to them.
Under the effects of your woven spell, you are temporarily able to speak with any of the things of nature directly. Do you try to converse with things surrounding the cave? Do you try to converse with anything along the way? Where do you do your investigation?
Initially, the investigation with what do you call that? With the places of the people, the homes of the people who disappeared. Like wanting to ask like what were they acting strangely before they disappeared, and then gradually get closer to the cave.
Okay.
Follow those stories.
So let's assume you have a small list of the people
Mhm.
who have disappeared. The list was provided to you by Abernathy. And along the way, you with the spell wrapped around you, you try investigating with the nearby things of nature to ask them questions. In one of them, and in this place in Fartown, the home of the person who disappeared is this inverted pyramid. It's like standing on its point. The pyramid shows no sign of anyone inside, and as you look at the nearby rose bushes, you lean close and you flicker the weaving around them. The plants start excitedly telling you that they all miss their master. Their master used to water them daily and hasn't returned ever since he left one morning. In other homes which you visit, another home is this water fountain, which at first you were wondering were you in the wrong spot, and then you realize at the base of the water fountain there's a door. As you reach down to check on the door, suddenly it's your size, and as you look around, you've shrunk the base of the fountain.
Cute.
Knocking on the door, the ghostly servant appears and you find yourself unable to talk to it. But then as you look down and see the patches of grass, you whisper to it and they tell you the same story as the earlier one. The general information is this: each and every inhabitant that has disappeared, the plants and the nature surrounding their homes, they all, well, it's not the same exact sentence, but the same story, which is their owner would their owner would step out of the home as if in a daze, as if summoned. Yeah, Lance, do you have a narrative scene in mind?
Yes. What do you call this? Can it be like a daily thing?
Yeah. The idea of the narrative scene is parang downtime scenes. They're not necessarily tied to the main story, but it's just to show that your characters are not on missions the whole time.
Okay. Ano tawag dito? So, Dino, Rowan and Agatha used to bake a lot. So that's still a talent that I've brought, right?
Checking your skills. Do you still have baking? Yes! You do still bake.
Don't think, diba?
Baking a 3. Your shadow skill.
Yeah, that's our shadow skill. So basically, okay, Agatha bakes a lot for her neighbors. So basically, what I'm trying to do is by giving people baked goods, I'm looking for information. I'm looking for chismis or anything,
Mhm.
absolutely anything that I give to demons for fun, for trades. Like, ano,
That sounds perfect. You're parang collecting stuff that the demons might like later for
yeah,
trades.
that's
Okay, sounds
something
perfect.
that. Mhm.
You talk to one of your neighbors. Let's bring in the priest. Man in the black robes is looking at you as you show the baked goods, stares at them oddly, and then looks at you. He at first seems reluctant to trade with you anything. And as you nudge that, it's just a welcome gift or something like that, the man goes back to his room, comes out, and tells you that he has a box of things that he has collected when the earliest Visley who returned felt they needed to confess to him.
Oh,
So it's like all these things they surrendered. He admits he has no use for them and would gladly trade them with you for the baked goods and the promise
which is
that you never show your face to him again because he does not like demons or those who consort with them.
also consort with angels. That's,
Hands you the box. Do you take it?
I guess, fine. Bye.
Picking up the box, he sneers at you, smells the things. You see a small smile, but then he hides it, and then he slams the door at your face. I'll give you one despair for that.
One despair.
Yeah, but note down somewhere in your sheet you have a box of knickknacks.
Back of Nick. So can I write down sa log sheet like from priest or something then despair? Does
Okay
that
lang
work?
siyang ano, sa log you just you don't have to identify it's from the priest. It could be within session 2 lang. You just put a marker.
Got
But
it,
then
got it.
under miscellaneous magics and items, in miscellaneous items, write down box of knickknacks and then write down rank 3.
Ooh.
Okay? So that's
Got
your
it, thank you.
narrative. That's your narrative scene, real quick. Rocky, do you have a narrative scene in mind? Na? If not, I'll finish Dino's.
I was thinking at least to risk talking to Gwydion to ask if he has encountered the door. My distant near neighbor.
You visit Gwydion. Upon seeing him, he smiles, and you're a bit surprised that he welcomes you in. Closing the door behind him, offers tea. You start discussing about the door. Gwydion admits to you that it's about time someone paid attention to that door. He's been wondering why no one else seems to notice or pay attention to it. And that has infuriated him. All the more and strengthening his feeling that no one in this place seems to really care about the things that matter.
Okay.
As you are talking with Gwydion, there is a brief moment when you spot something in the corner of your eye, and you realize there is a raven watching from the window.
A raven.
It just stares at the two of you while you're conversing. Gwydion seemed oblivious to the raven. Tells you that when he first noticed the door, he realized a peculiar trait. No one else seemed to notice it. So the fact that you do makes him feel that at least he knows he's not going mad. The raven flies off before your conversation continues.
Do you have pets?
John stares at you and seems to take offense at the assumption. You think I would be the type to keep animals in my home?
Sometimes pets are outside the home.
Kick you outside, you're welcome. Stands up, heads for the door.
Very well. I stand.
Pets. Why would anyone even think of owning an animal now that we understand the green sun is their domain?
You think you'd have better tea? Walk out.
Slams the door shut, stares at his teacup, and mutters to himself, I'd like to think my hair tastes well.
Huh?
It's a narrative scene. And, to end yours, all the people who have disappeared, the plant life and the natural things around their homes share the same story. The owners were seen stepping out as if in a daydream or a daze.
Mhm.
And they would just walk away. So we now officially start the game session now that narrative scenes are over. For narrative scenes, Rocky get one despair. Rowan, I'll let you get one despair as well.
Okay, yeah.
And we will open our first official scene with players now deciding. Agatha and Rowan can be together. The three of you can be together, or you can all be split up. It's up to you.
Uh,
So this is a good time now to choose what of your arcs you're progressing.
I kinda want to pick the brains of two people I kinda trust, which is Agatha and my cousin. I don't remember her name.
Imogen,
Okay, yeah.
would you have invited them to your home, or would you have chosen a neutral ground?
I would invited them to my home.
Then we will open with your room. O most glorious master, what is our plan for today? Another festival? A ball? Perhaps a masquerade?
Hmm. Who's talking to me?
Your room.
My room. I say,
Your egotist room that loves you above everyone
I'm
else.
like, I call him Room. Well, Room. There are times where you are very like blatant and like obvious with your expression of beauty, but there's a kind of beauty taken from uncovering secrets, and I feel that is the path that I am um, onto today. There is something bothering me, and I need the working of minds more than my own. And so I have invited two people today. My friend from the Shadow Realm, Agatha, and my cousin, Imogen.
Ooh, shadow. Terrible. Yuck. Blech.
Yes.
There is no beauty to be found in the lie, master. And despite the fact that you have chosen to philosophize, thinking leads to wrinkles and wrinkles leads to ugliness, I will trust your judgment because you know best. Shall I prepare the room then?
Yes, Room. Prepare yourself.
You see the chairs tidy up, you see the curtains straighten and unfurl themselves, and almost to cue,
I'll bake too. I'll bake.
you hurry to the kitchen to see what you can prepare. Lance, Agatha received the letter that Rowan wished to see you. Do you make time for this?
Um,
You stop in front of the house of Rowan to see Imogen already outside.
oh,
Imogen sees you and waves.
no, is it a party?
I don't think so, Imogen tells you. My cousin
Oh,
normally does not invite me to his parties.
you just show up?
She smiles, like a cousin ought to. Are you two together?
Well then, me and your cousin?
I know I asked that the last time we met, but I just had to make sure.
No.
Strange. I'm certain the lovebirds wouldn't be flying near my window if he wasn't in love, in one way or another.
Someone special?
Just not you, she smiles.
Not me. Shall we?
Knocking on the door. Rowan, you are still baking when you hear the knock.
Mhm.
Do you risk leaving what you're baking to answer the door, or do you let them wait to make sure you bake properly?
No. I will definitely. How much time is like? Where am I on the baking process? Am I like somewhere in the middle? Am I like in the crucial?
Staring at your oven. It's at that point wherein you have to get it out at the right moment, or it starts overcooking.
Ah, shit. It's the pie in Snow White. Like
Something like
I
that.
already have birds who are waiting to step on the front to make a pattern. Damn it.
If you wait for the right moment, then it will bake fine and you pull it out at the right moment. The others will just have to wait longer. If you risk rushing to answer them, then it becomes a baking roll to see if you ruin your preparation.
Okay, I want a bake roll. I want a baking roll.
You rush to the door, hoping to get back in time, and as you swing the door open, you see the two women at their door.
Agatha, cousin,
Ron!
please come in.
She makes a face as she looks at Agatha and mutters, "Of course he greets her first."
Wow!
Rowan!
That is a clingy cousin.
She tiptoes into your home and looks around. Oh, lovely! You changed the place just for us.
Yeah. I like to I change things up sometimes so that
Something smells good.
it's boring. Speaking of which, please make yourself at home. I will do that real room.
We'll be fine.
You rush back to chest you're baking. You need to roll. What are you baking?
A pie.
Hi.
Is it a basic pie? Is it something special?
It's a magic pie. No. It's
But did you weave into it?
no. I think this is for I know what do you call that. This is our bonding. This is for Agatha. So this is like from our shadow days.
Okay, then your difficulty would be 3, and I think your baking is also 3.
Yeah.
So you just have to avoid rolling a 0.
Okay. Dice roll area. Where's the dice roll area?
Agatha, you see Rowan rush back to the kitchen. It's backslash
1d6.
dice maiden. So R. Yeah, it's a D10.
D10. Yes, ooh, hindi ka na.
9.
Okay.
You get to the kitchen in time, and as you pull the oven open, it's at that perfect moment. You quickly bring it out so it cools a bit as you turn off the oven. Agatha, you smell the wonderful smell of the past, and you realize, oh my god, it's the pie you two used to make back in Shadow.
It's also pretty. Yeah.
Wow.
I thought you might enjoy it.
I'm happy. It's our favorite pie. Also, ooh, Shadow.
Agatha sniffs the air. What's that smell?
What is that smell?
It smells like one of those materials the maker uses when he crafts things.
I tried.
Sorry, all I can smell is pie.
I tried.
That it's like some sort of fruity herby thing that I don't quite understand.
Do I know what she's talking about?
You think it's the cinnamon in your pie?
It might be the cinnamon in the pie.
What cinnamon?
For such a nice place, they don't have spices here.
That's a spice? Is that a shadow spice?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. That's okay. I can do with cinnamon pie.
You try it. It's
So bad. The cinnamon, the Shadow World spices.
You serve the pie. The two of you are looking at it. So why'd you call us, Rowan?
well,
Is there someone you're going to introduce us to?
not right now. And I glance the window towards my neighbors and like, is it workout time? Like, is see like in the window working out?
I would like to say yes. However, our card is the Weeping Priest. Curtains are closed
Oh,
today.
despair.
Aw.
So I'm like, no, not really. It's just anyway, and then I'll try to go back. So what happened is, you've heard about the Devouring Cave. I look at my cousin and like, I'm sure you have heard about the Devouring Cave. Your animals always keep you on tab about the goings on. Anyway, I was tasked to try and figure it out. Perhaps get rid of it if I'm there. And I've done some learning. I've done some investigation, trying to figure it out. And this what I've learned. And I explain what I've learned. What do you guys think about it, or what do you think we should do?
Imogen turns to Agatha. This sounds like a you problem.
Why is it an Agatha problem? Why can't it be a?
It's an us problem.
Because it's a cave that's eating people. That sounds like a demon, if you ask me.
Oh, that's why it's a me problem. I gotcha.
Okay.
I was gonna say it'll be a you problem if it takes you. Wow. Honestly, for all the bad rep that they get, demons shouldn't be our first go-to every single time.
Mhm.
That said, we can go check it out. I mean, between the three of us, maybe one can escape and tell the whole town what truly happened.
Well, I did reach out to our maker neighbor about asking for a device that I could use to inspect the cave.
Oh, you're already on the track.
I just didn't think it was a devouring cave. I thought people were just lost inside.
Did you flashlight?
Something a bit more complicated than a standard shadow world source of illumination. It was supposed to be some sort of means to escape if ever I got into too much trouble. But could you believe it? Turned anything it wore gray. I can't wear that.
I can't wear that.
I'm Imogen. I always have color.
It turns things gray? Like when it sheds light on it?
No, the moment you wear it, it turns everything you're wearing into gray. Can you imagine not being blessed by color?
And we have to get
It's horrible.
to ask him to revise it. We have to go.
How long they being gray?
I don't know. I think it's as long as you wore it.
I mean,
For all I know, it might be permanent.
how did you find out? What did it turn gray?
Well, when I came back to claim it, the box it was contained in had pretty much grown boring.
Yeah, okay, I don't want to be gray
I don't want to be gray too.
permanently.
Maybe we can turn one of your animals gray.
How dare you?
We can turn a gray rabbit into like a brown rabbit into a gray rabbit. I don't know. A wolf, a black wolf into a gray wolf.
You think they won't mind? Agatha, would you mind if I shave your head?
Okay, to be fair, if my hair would grow back, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
But then again, there's the possibility of that creature never
Yeah.
going back to its original state.
I expected more from Grigori, to be honest.
To be fair to like canids just see in gray anyway. I tell Imogen, well, like if we talk to a dog or a canid or a wolf, well, they see only in gray anyway. But we can just ask them, like, what if they mind?
Fine, I can check with my friends. I don't think they'll enjoy it.
Or we get the maker to
Yeah.
fix it, like right now.
Yeah, like no, let's go.
I think if Grigori could have fixed it, he would have already done so.
Maybe we can make another one.
It's not broken.
Maybe we can make a new one, not broken.
But I think you're both forgetting what gray signifies. Everything is enlightened
Death, right?
and illuminated by the different suns. The gray sun is the pale sun. It's the realm of death.
Any better? So, are you dead when you turn gray?
She stares at you. Cousin,
Mhm.
I know she's your friend and possibly your secret lover.
Hmm?
I'm starting to get very tired of being nice to her.
Um,
Not nice.
let's go to the maker. Let's go.
To the maker. I like that idea.
She stands up as you all go on Nataga.
No, I haven't met him. Can we pass by the house for baked goods to bring him?
Yeah, let's bring the pie.
You can bring your pie. Bring your pie.
Okay.
Gathering the pie, you notice
I love people.
Everybody loves me.
Imogen never touched her pie.
That's fine.
Packing it up, you all stand up.
Like
Well,
it's fine, but that kind of stings a little.
let's head to the maker. As you all head out, we jump to Rocky.
Hmm.
Your scene.
I ran away before they arrived. No.
Alarm.
Visitors. If I had an alarm, Imogen would have been stopped long ago. Okay. My focus is really I wanted to work on the door again, but player conceit. I do want to encounter them before I disappear.
Time is malleable. Your scene could be in the morning and they visit in the afternoon.
But I do feel like I should see them before I.
Okay.
In terms of sequencing,
So no need to start anything. We'll have it at your arrival na.
we can do that. I'm okay with that.
Okay. Then I will instead have you open with a customer.
No,
A customer.
this is not actually a shop. Why do I keep getting customers?
The guy is staring in front of you, slide 15, in the blue shirt, and he's not a shop.
This is my home.
But I was hoping to get something repaired, and I saw the door, and it had the sign that said repairs. He
What?
came from the same door Imogen came from.
Or I have not put out a sign for repairs.
He points to the door he came from.
That is broken.
He turns and shows his jacket. There's a bit of tearing.
Your jacket?
There were these graffiti on the walls that were inviting me to join them for some fun.
Your jacket? Why not a tailor?
Oh, it's not just the jacket.
What is it then?
He starts removing the jacket and lays it down in front of you. So it looks pretty much like a jacket, right?
Because it's a jacket.
And he turns it over and you see it's the interior of a jacket. Oh, I'm sorry. He presses a few buttons from the inside and you see a door open.
How big a door?
It's now like a floor cellar door type of thing.
Where the jacket is?
You're looking under your table, it's still your table.
And where does that go?
Scratches his head. It's my home.
You live in your jacket.
Well, I carry it around. Oh, that's why she calls me Turtle.
I do not want to know. Sometimes mending is more difficult than creating. Translation. I do not have this skill. But I mean, I'm a maker, but I notice I don't have the repairing skill. I did not buy it this session.
I can't have you fix this? Because I was really hoping to have it fixed before the damage spreads. I kind of noticed that one of my windows has already been affected and it has torn free.
So this would, sorry, player, this would still follow the maker's matrix.
If you were trying to repair it, yes.
How did you get this jacket in the first place?
So ever since I got back from Shadow, I've had it on me. It took me a few weeks before I realized it was my home.
I see. May I? Reaching for it.
Slides you the jacket.
I want to examine the material and assess what it is. I don't even know how to repair this.
Not having the right skill, this would be the equivalent of having a carpenter fix a tear in a curtain.
But I have understanding, identifying, and assessing materials.
So kumbaga, it's like if you were a carpenter, you generally have the idea of how to fix it, but it won't be the way a tailor would.
Yeah, or it's like that Star Trek engineer who used machines to save people's lives. Okay.
So I'm willing to leave it with you if you need time to work on it.
But then you won't be able to go home.
I can deal with that. I mean, my first month back here in Saturnine, I didn't realize I was wearing my home, so I was kind of just living in the streets.
But you have an unusual propensity of obeying graffiti instructions.
That was different. They were kind of hot.
I do not know if I am the best person to try to repair this. This is not typical maker fare.
Would this help? He digs into his pants and he pulls out a mage coin.
All right. I don't know if this would even cover the materials needed for this. I don't even know what materials are needed for this.
Of course, I'm sure you'll have to look into the matter more, but this can be our, I guess, initial payment. I just really want to make sure I fix it before it gets worse. I mean, the last thing I want is I'm sleeping in my bed, and the next thing I know, I'm staring at everyone looking at me.
There is a gap I do not want to fill. Yes, I agree. No need to explain. Please. Do not explain.
How long do you think you'll need?
I'll need at least a day to study it, and I guess you can come back the way you came.
Can I wait?
I work better alone.
That's all right. I won't bother you. He goes to the jacket and opens the door.
I turn around. I look away.
If you're done, just pull this button twice.
Is that the doorbell?
Smells.
All right. All right. Be gone then.
Raises his foot, goes through the opening again, past the table for some extra dimensional space. He looks around and, oh, do you lend your books?
No.
Fine. Hoists his other leg in, and it's at that moment you hear the doorbell.
What now?
Don't worry. While I'm in here, I can't see out.
Good. I close the door over him.
It's just a jacket on your table now.
Not a store!
Hear the doorbell a second time, and outside you hear Imogen. We're not here for work! Wait, that's a lie.
It's a pleasure to meet you. We brought some baked goods. Do you want it to be delivered by bird or by deer?
No.
Sorry, what?
Why is there more than one of you? I'm busy.
He says he's busy.
I don't even go to the door.
But we have someone who wants to meet you.
I don't.
I want to meet you.
What about what I want?
I'm sure you're going to change your mind.
No, I won't.
How are we going to get in?
Doorknob.
You just try to open the door.
It's not even locked.
Yeah, it's not even locked.
Great.
Not a store!
In response to Rowan's question, how do we get in? I opened the door.
You see the three people walk in, 2 women and 1 fabulous man.
It was unlocked.
Your door open.
We assumed you were fine with us coming in.
Your assumptions, among many things, are wrong.
And they brought shadow cookies or something.
Shadow cookies?
Try it.
Are they cookies?
Hi.
What is this poison?
Hello.
Players, but I bought a point of withstand. No.
Not
And you, who are you? Pointing to Agatha.
Oh, hi, I'm Agatha, and this, I point out Rowan, is the person who wanted to meet you.
Hello, I'm Rowan. I'm Imogen's cousin.
Oh, that explains much. And if you don't want to meet me, why are you here, Agatha?
Thought it would be fun.
Fun barging into someone's home.
At least for me. But we bought you bread.
Yeah.
I'm surprised his home let her in.
I don't know.
Oh, what's this?
Oh, what kind of shop do you Fun around here.
Are you done with the book? It's not a shop.
Oh, then why were we going here, Imogen?
He just likes saying that, but in the end,
But it is a shop.
This is my question every time someone comes to the door.
I think this place needs a little like zhuzh.
It needs
I think
nothing.
it needs a sign.
Yeah, it needs a little.
It does not need a sign.
It needs like a skylight right here. This table is like horrible. You need some flowers and everything. Imogen, let's grow some flowers. How about that? Let's grow some flowers over here. Maybe like an indoor garden, like a pathway up here. Oh, why are we here again?
Because he sold Imogen a defective item.
Oh yeah. You're selling defective items in your shop, and we wanted to be able to correct it.
You wanted to help you correct the mistake.
Yeah.
It's not a shop.
Well,
That was a trade. And making is not.
if you do want a shop in the future,
I do not want a shop.
it's going to be bad press for you.
I don't want good press.
Everybody wants good press.
Because it's not a shop.
Well, you're really giving mixed signals here.
Making is not that precise. Inevitably, side effects and consequences happen. Be fortunate, it is just color.
How do you know
But-
that?
In terms of my commitment to give something that will help her escape in case of danger, I have fulfilled that contract. It's perfectly serviceable. See? It's over there in the gray box.
I don't know, Rowan. This sounds like a shop.
Sounds like a shop. I think that especially if you want the shop to flourish,
I do not want
maybe you can help us out. And I know so many people, they would love to like grace your shop.
If I do not want many people to grace my shop, I should just continue to treat you like garbage.
there's a brief moment, Rowan.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, there's a brief moment, Rowan, when you discover, is this the first person who doesn't like you in Saturnine?
I don't believe it yet.
I'm establishing your bond,
Yeah.
unrequited love.
Yeah.
But I want him to be my
Yeah,
friend.
he's my friend now. I am like that extrovert that just forces that introvert to go around and like man.
At the same moment, while you're staring at Angry Maker, Agatha, you noticed Imogen is just staring blankly forward.
Imogen, are you all right?
She starts to turn and she starts walking for the door.
What's wrong, cousin?
Did you mention to Rowan? Did you mention to me that people look dazed when they're drawn to the cave?
Imogen pushes the door open and is now walking out of the house.
Well, good riddance.
Do I remember this?
Well, it seems to match the description of the animals.
What's happening? We gotta save her. Baker, friend, you gotta help us. Imogen's your friend.
No.
I'm running after her. I'm not gonna convince him because this is delicado.
Yeah, I say
Agatha runs outside. You catch up to Imogen, and as you catch up to Imogen, Rowan starts running outside as well. You see the two rush off, and this might be serious. 'Cause normally, these people don't just leave until they get something from you.
Looking at the door, looking at the jacket,
You hear a whooshing sound. You think it's a toilet.
I go to the gray box. I pull out the device and
And as you pull it out, the box becomes normal colored again.
put this in my pocket.
And you head out.
Defective.
We move to outside, and as we move to outside, I trigger the Path of Suns. Our new card is Agatha. You are first to catch up with Imogen. As you try to call out and talk to her and get her attention, she just seems to walk in this daze.
You know when you catch up with a person, tapos yung humaharang ka.
Yeah.
Hey, Imogen, where you headed?
You try to stand directly in her path of walking, hoping that she'll at least stop upon hitting you. Instead, she stops, not wanting to touch you. Her eyes are still in a glaze, in a daze, looking straight forward. And then she slowly starts to rotate as if to try to sidestep you.
This is the best tactic of stopping her. I Play patintero.
You continue keeping yourself in front of her, hoping to stop her. That buys Rowan time to catch up. Rowan, you get to the 2.
Okay. What's happening? Imogen, wake up. Cousin. Wake up, cousin.
Do you try slapping her?
I try to.
Grabbing hold of her to shake her. Your physical contact with her will now force you to make a roll. Please roll resist. You may spend intellect to boost your roll.
My intellect. Oh.
Yeah, kasi your resist. Oh no, Lance nga yung natanggal. Ano ba yan? So strange. Everyone's getting kicked. No, she really said she'll BRB. Okay, kala ko. It's the weird Discord thing is happening. Okay, you needed to roll resist. You have no skill. So it's a blank D10 roll for you, Dino, unless you choose to spend 1 intellect.
Nah, let's go.
So you roll the 1. As you grab hold of her to try to shake her out of it, your mind is assaulted with a cascading wave of visions, of dark caves, of shadows and cracks, and of different people all screaming. This mental assault hits you as a psychic blast. You suffer 1 anguish.
Whoa.
So mark in your character sheet 1 anguish. Just to understand, if you hit 3 anguish and you suffer 1 more, you are knocked out. Okay? So Agatha and Gregory, as the 2 of you are watching, Rowan grabs hold of Imogen and tries to shake her to wake her up, but suddenly he screams, grabbing his head, and he drops to the ground, trembling. Imogen just starts walking again.
That's odd.
Check on Rowan. Like, how is he?
So you had a psychic assault, Rowan, but you're generally okay. You still just have a splitting headache.
Yeah, I try to shake it off. I wipe the blood trickling down, and I'm like, when I touched her, I had these images of the cave and screaming people. I think I want to protect my cousin, but
Cave?
yes, cave. There's a devouring cave, and come on, I'll fill you in while making sure Imogen's okay. It's not like running, right?
Only walking.
Do I want to like bind her first?
You can try.
No, I guess
Rocky, do you want to try anything? Wait, sorry, Rocky, do you want to try anything? Just because, para everyone has a possible action before we could.
No, I was like double checking all my items. I have
Okay.
weird things.
So you're just watching them right now, and that's fine. Continue. Everyone, it's a group scene, so act accordingly. I'll just intercept every now and then if someone hasn't acted yet.
At most, I will be now trying to walk in parallel as Imogen walks, and then examining. I guess.
3 of you are watching Imogen as she calmly walks down the road.
yeah.
Was Rowan planning to try to hold her down somehow?
Yeah. I'll try.
How?
Spell.
What magical effect do you try to weave?
I want some binding plants. Like binding vines.
Are you hoping to hinder or slow a creature's movement?
Yeah.
So that is a level 3 effect if you try to do that. Given you have woods, and I presume you're using the growth and the woods or the plants to bind her,
Yeah.
how does wind play into this?
Can you do like reverse of the
No.
speed? I'll like.
No, wind is always fast. That's the trickiness of the weaver.
Okay.
You're super powerful that you can come up with effects, but you have to work within your qualities.
Okay. Then I will just use.
You just have to be very creative in how they apply.
Okay. I will just use breath because I will.
You seize her breath and she falls because she couldn't breathe.
No. I will breathe out these like like ceilings like that, and then when they make contact with her, they'll bloom into like binding vine.
Okay. Your default duration for both your aggregates is 1 round. Therefore, if you want to bind her longer, that increases the level. So duration is 1 step for each duration adjustment.
Yeah.
So since your 1 round is default, a short duration, that means we check every round, and if you roll at a 0, the spell finally fails. A medium duration, which is usually it can last hours, has a check of 0 to 3 every hour. Will you go for medium? Or do you want it long term? So it's a longer duration. It can last a few days. You know?
Oh, he froze.
Yeah, it's an internet thing on his side. Try reconnecting. Okay, while Dino will try to disconnect and reconnect. Kasi, sorry, Dino, you're still super choppy. Agatha, will you try anything?
Actually, I wanted to know how fast is she moving? Is it a walkathon or just
It's a walk. It's a calm walk. It's almost like she's sleepwalking.
Oh, good. I run. Sorry. Is the direction to the cave like on the way back home?
No, I'm afraid not. But given it's a walk, you think you have time.
Mm-hmm. You know what? Is there a general merchandise store up ahead that sells rope?
You have a maker.
Do you have?
No, I do not. I did not bring materials with me.
Do you have rope at home?
Plus, your friends are the ones. You're the friends. Your friends are the ones who have animals. They can conjure rope.
Animals can conjure rope.
Fetch, conjure, all the same.
You want animals to rummage through your house?
No, just get rope from somewhere else. Not my home.
You find rope. You're a maker.
It's my rope.
Give it back.
It is my rope. There is no giving it back if it is mine.
She could be in danger.
Worst case, she did pay for this device. It would send her home if she gets too near the cave.
The device is with you.
Shows the device. What does it look like again?
I think it's described as a pendant. No? Oh, wait.
You made it a Lacuna device, if I remember correctly.
It's a lacuna
What's a pin with a question mark?
badge. It's a badge. Yeah.
I'm back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
So you can roll your magic. I just need the duration.
Wait, what's my difficulty?
If you'll hold her down for just one round, it's only difficulty 4. Longer than that, the difficulty goes up.
But now that the maker has offered this, I'm like, okay, maybe I don't need, and maybe we
So you hold
yeah,
back.
I hold back, and maybe we do need to follow Imogen just to see, because this is actually us going to be able to observe what's happening, and she'll probably lead us to where the others are. Just gotta make sure that we get her out at the final moment, right?
Wait, how do we know it's the final moment?
Uh,
We're raising your cousin for bait.
I'll give you the badge then and be on my way.
Maker offers the badge.
are you giving me a gift?
No. It is something that your cousin paid for, so I am just delivering goods.
Okay.
Sounds like a shop to me.
Okay.
But we'll take it.
Yeah. In that case, I think you should deliver goods. Right when she's about to need it. I think it's part of the deal. What's your name, by the way? I can't just call you the maker the entire time.
It's alright, I didn't give it.
You activate your bond and leave.
I can only distance myself slightly. I reread it nga.
You could be back at home. You head straight to your house.
It's not that powerful. It's I can move a short distance away.
What's my
Sure.
You're still close to your house, so you can make your way to the house immediately.
Yeah. But kumbaga, it's not my bond ability with you is I can always move short distance away from you.
Yeah.
And it's not an action. It's a bonus.
In that case,
Then we will wait then.
If
And
you
I shall
help
carry
us,
this further.
yeah.
If you help us, Maker, I'll give you anything.
you want
Mhm.
Find anything.
anything.
I do not know the extent of your abilities to give things.
The extent of my abilities, but the extent of the abilities of the creatures that are beholden to me.
You also have animal friends.
Call them animals.
Yeah.
They're more celestial or demonic.
Who are you people?
One or another. I will get you whatever you want. Just help us keep us safe.
I'm assuming the three of you are walking, following Imogen.
Yeah.
I will give your shop a wonderful makeover.
Oh my god.
I do not want a makeover of my home.
Okay. Then I will not give your shop a wonderful makeover. How about that?
That is promising.
dealt with deals like this before. Imogen promised me a week away. It took me a week to build her device where she didn't visit me.
Yeah, but
It didn't matter.
this one will matter because it's not time bound. I will not give it wonderful.
You will never
Yeah, I will never give it a wonderful makeover.
any makeover.
Damn it. Okay, I will not give it any makeover.
Never
I will
give
never
it
give it
any
any makeover unless you change your mind.
There's no unless.
Then you shouldn't.
Just
Then
never.
you should be worried about taking it if your mind's not gonna change.
It's just never. Do not affect my home in any way.
I will not affect your home.
Never.
I will never affect your home in any way.
Period.
Period.
I'm loving how tortured Dino sounds. You shake it, you shake at it, making the promise. As the three of you continue to walk alongside Imogen,
Where exactly do you think she's going?
Probably the devouring cave.
Cave.
The what?
The devouring cave.
Led with that,
We should have
and we
definitely
wouldn't have to make him any
I
promises.
assumed Imogen had already said that she asked you to make this to get her to help her investigate the cave, right?
She didn't mention the cave was devouring.
Oh, anyway, I explained the entire deal with the cave as much as I know about it, which is not really a lot.
you share everything you know about the people who've been disappearing, and now the new information that all of them have shown the same symptoms you're seeing now.
Yep.
Is it contagious? Are we all going to go into the devouring cave now?
Well, technically, we are going to the devouring cave now, but we're not in some sort of fugue state, so maybe not contagious. But when I did try to shake my cousin awake, I did receive a psychic assault.
This is a terrible thing we are doing.
Terribly great.
You have a very different understanding of the word great.
Imagine, imagine if we find something in the cave that might be useful for you to study and stuff and make something amazing out of.
A lot of ifs. even from me.
Imagine if we are devoured by the devouring cave.
That's why your device should be working.
That's why you're with us.
This charm only helps like 2 people at most, and they must be near each other.
I'm sure it'll work out. Things always work out for me.
Things do not always work out. This is why the way things are. This is why there are devouring caves.
So we'll put an end to it. We'll fix it. Do you like fixing things?
Nothing particularly. I'm not very good at it. I'm a maker, not a mender.
Well, how about you make us a way for us to survive?
Oh, is that all? Then I'll go home and make something to help you survive.
Okay, I'll see you in 2 weeks with a wonderful makeover to your house.
Hey, you already promised.
I promised if you were gonna help us.
Silent grumble grumble.
Your walk alongside Imogen leads you deeper into Fartown. As you move past many of the different homes, some of the residents see the four of you walking. Some wave, thinking, oh, you're just passing by. Others look concerned, uncertain if they should help. You soon cross one of the residences where 5 frogs, all the size of humans, are currently at the front yard enjoying a picnic. And as they see the 4 of you moving, one of the frogs stares. It leaps over its fence to get a bit closer, and it asks, "Is she for sale?
Home?
The woman you are parading."
No. At least not to our capacity. She is her own person. Maybe she wants to sell
Eyes
herself,
narrow.
but now's not the time that she can properly negotiate.
A moment. You are Rowan.
Oh yes, hello. Thank you for recognizing me. How can I help you?
We have heard that you have returned to Saturine. We were wondering when we would be invited to your festivity.
Who is this guy?
You don't remember.
I've been just trying to take things slow and really building it up. But sure, the next one will be fine. Like I would be happy to invite you. I just have to deal with this devouring cave right now.
Is that why you are not stopping for this conversation? You're walking the whole
Yeah,
time.
yes, this is a very big part of it.
As he's about to say something else, the wife frog lands beside him and seems to whisper something. His eyes bulge out as he stares at Agatha. Oh, oh, uh, we, we, we retract our request. And they bounce back to their picnic.
Wait. Hmm.
What happened? Agatha's like, whatever.
What happened?
You soon cross a bridge, and on the bridge, this is the similar bridge you crossed previously, Agatha. There is the guy who is once again making balloon animals.
Mhm.
And as he releases the balloon animal, it starts running around and entertaining the kid. The balloonist sees the four of you moving and surprisingly waves at the maker.
You know him?
And I nod. The bro nod slightly.
It offers a smile showing all these mismatched teeth. And the balloon maker calls out, Shaper, I see you have rejoined society.
Oh,
A little bit. We're working on it.
merely fulfilling a contract.
It is simply nice to see you've returned from the war. And with that mention of war, a lot of the other people in the bridge all look at him. I mean, your trip.
There's a lot.
Yes, that trip is over. Thank you. Goodbye. And then I like take a few paces ahead.
And you guys continue. Three of you, however, have noticed that ever since your return, a lot seem reluctant to mention the war, which is the reason you all fled to the lie before. You all fled to Gray. Sorry, shed to Shadow. Um, Lance, Agatha realizes this is the wall with the women. As you look, there is no graffiti on the wall today. Staring at the wall, there's no sign of the women. You remember the man you met here?
Yeah.
You look for him as well, or focus on the three for now?
Glance around, trying to find him. Like, oh, where's the guy?
While there's no sign of Monday, you do notice a small piece of blue cloth fluttering in the wind close to the ground, caught by one of the brambles nearby.
Here, help as well. No, we're what do you call this? No, there's not much we can do while following Imogen. So I was like, if I have you met Monday,
Who's that? Do I know him?
Monday.
The two of you don't seem to recall having met this man. If you choose to, you may have met him, and we can quickly run a flashback.
Oh, Monday is a goetic.
Monday is slide 14.
Does not read. Yes, I know. I know Monday. This looks like somebody I would know.
So we cut to a quick flashback for Rowan. You are in front of your house when you hear a man speak up in this flashback and say, "So you're Rowan."
Yes. Hello. Do I know this guy at this point?
You turn to see him in his black vest with the golden threads. I am Monday.
I like your style, Monday. Do you mind if I borrow it?
He looks at himself. I do not understand.
What's not to understand? You are dressed impeccably. How did you? Did you do that by choice? Did you wake up like that?
You speak of my fashion sense. For a moment, I was wondering if you meant to borrow my forwardness.
Maybe I'll borrow that too.
You are Rowan,
That's
the owner of this manor.
yes. As far as since returning, all of those seem to align.
Are you harboring an island?
What?
An island.
I have honestly no idea what that means.
That would probably then imply, if you will not take offense, that you have returned from Shadow.
No offense taken. And yes, I have just recently returned.
Understandable. Most of the cowards have started to return.
I'm sorry, what?
Cowards, the ones who fled the war.
Say that again to my face.
Cowards, the ones that fled the war. Am I not speaking properly?
I use all my magic to fall down a lightning bolt.
And we cut back to the present. Yeah, you met Monday.
Oh my god.
it was a electrifying experience to say the least.
Oh, he seemed rather morose when I met him. Huh. Usually hangs out here.
I look at the sky. I don't feel like destroying a city block right now, so maybe we should move along.
Enter a large park. So you continue to follow Imogen. Grigori, you see the door floating in the center of the park. You see a few others present. There is a woman with the large dress and the umbrella who's on a picnic. Her companions seem to be busy painting. But it's like, they dip the brush in paint and then they just tap towards the thing and the paint flies onto the canvas. You notice the people present don't seem to notice the door or pay attention to it. Two of you, however, do spot the door and see it floating there. A white door floating in the center of the park.
This seems like a distraction.
A young boy is chasing after what seems to be a dog. Both dog and boy just run through the door as if it weren't there.
We all see that.
You three see it.
I seem to not react to it though, because I've been dealing with the door already.
I
You have doors?
no, we're not.
You realize she sees it as well.
It's just there.
Oh, have you had any interactions with the store before?
I've tried to examine it.
What have you learned?
It's a door.
Do you know when it appeared?
No.
Hmm,
Sometimes there's a cat. Thick.
could be possibly related to the cave, but my cousin,
It's not a devouring door.
I guess so. Maybe let's just circle back to the door because my cousin's still walking forward.
Following Imogen further past the park, you now walk down a road where the trees are all trees that are blooming D6s.
If anything, you can circle entirely around the door, not just back.
Oh yeah,
It's a freestanding door.
that's interesting. Are you sure you don't want a makeover in your house?
I'm still following you to help, am I
I'm
not?
just asking.
You have asked a few times. Do you have memory problems?
I have giving up problems.
Giving up problems?
Yeah, I can't seem to do it.
Maybe there's a way to solve that.
And finally,
Giving up pendant.
you see the cave. Cave is not that far from community center.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
The community center stands there, and a small, those velvet rope barriers.
Oh yeah.
Pag may concert or pag may theater thing, have been set up around the
Wow.
perimeter of the cave. The community center seems to be having some sort of food drive right now. They're welcoming donations and volunteers to help try to raise funds for the orphans that they've noticed in the city. Many of them are waving as you arrive, as the four of you arrive, thinking you've come to help them. But Imogen just walks past them and continues towards the cave.
Nothing to do now except just follow, right? But we'll be more alert.
Do I send her home now?
Um,
This feels close enough to the cave.
but we won't really know how to navigate through the cave, right?
Do you think we know how to navigate now?
Well, she does.
I can get a map.
No, she's. Did you say in a fugue state? I don't think she knows anything.
But I think she's being drawn to where we need to be until she. What do you?
I think you should give up.
Oh, we're definitely following her. You saying it like that makes me like have no other choice but to do it. So,
No, we can work on your need to learn to give up. Now.
To summon a friend.
Oh no.
Do you quickly rush ahead to try to summon the friend?
While they're arguing,
Mhm.
I'm setting up a circle.
Oh no.
You're like 5 more minutes. Let me just make a circle.
You hurry to the side, you draw your circle and make your markings. And as you're preparing for the ritual, a woman comes up to you in the white uniform with the red pin. Donations for the fundraiser?
Ooh, do you take? What do you take?
Orbs are always welcome.
Oh dear. Why not? Give 5 orbs.
You subtract it from your log, and as you give the orbs, she smiles and tells you, "May the forgotten gods always watch over you."
Thank you. Now, if you don't mind, I gotta finish this.
She sees the circle you're making. Sweetheart. And she hurries back to the group. You are working on your circle as quickly as you can. That takes time, so I'll jump back to you. Rowan and Gregory, Imogen, and the rest of you have started to move past Agatha. She's at the fringes of finishing her circle.
Sorry, minor question. In continuing to follow Imogen while Lance is making circle, is that still within range to trigger our mystic bond?
Yes.
Okay, just saying. So you have a +1
Nice.
for your spells, right? While we're near each other, we just don't know why.
So as you actually you're noticing that when you made the circle, it seems more precise than you're used to.
You're like those cool teachers on TikTok who will draw a circle in one move.
Perfect circle, and then you're in the zone. You haven't your character hasn't realized it because you're near the maker and you're kind of blending.
Mm.
And the two of you, do you try to delay Imogen
Yes,
somehow
I try to.
to buy more time for Agatha? Do you put the badge already?
So just standing in front of her, she'll just walk around, right?
Yeah, she'll stop and then she'll start to turn and then continue walking.
I would stand in front of her first and like. I mean, if she's only going to slowly dodge, then I'll keep and
Just to
move
keep
aside.
the slow delay.
I don't think you should let her go into the cave.
I think we
That
can
seems
let her
foolish.
go into the cave a little bit.
I don't think you should give her up to the cave.
We're not giving her up to the cave. We can. That's your device will not serve its purpose if it's not
But
used
you
the
don't like giving up. Don't give up your cousin to the cave. And it's like nudge, nudge.
I think we're like trying to I'm trying to walk her towards the cave and you're trying to walk her away from the cave.
Lance, it's now time to cast while they're doing these delaying tactics.
You've taken over the patentero.
Raphael is a level 3 demon.
Yes.
So just as before, as you've created your circle, are you bribing, threatening, or will you attempt your colloquy with some other means?
Ooh.
Bribing.
What do you use for bribing?
A gamble.
Oh boy.
I would like to offer Raphael a gamble if he shows up and decides to help me.
Calling out your gamble. How much of a gamble are you planning? Well, what's the price?
I'll let him set the terms.
So you step into your circle, you close your eyes, declare it. Well, say how you would have called Raphael.
The mouse smiled brightly. It outfoxed the cat. Then down came the claw, and that was that.
Wow.
Show me your claws, Raphael.
Wow, you're a rhymer.
The talons emerge from the circle. You see the burst of fire, which transforms into the chains just like before. The chains wrap around an invisible form that turns into the book, and the book bursts into flames, and it's now held by the demon, Raphael. The demon's looking at you and mutters, "I am undecided. What is this about?"
Way to get out of that cave. Points at the cave. We're entering it. I do not know how to get out. I need a way that ensures that 1, 2, 3, 4 will get out. A map,
Glances
perhaps?
glances at the cave, then glances at you. "I sense that you do not know what manner of beast or foe stands before you right now."
But I assume you do, and that's why I allow you to set the terms.
"Our relationship is still weak. There is precious little I can do. Counsel, aid, god, or spy."
Council, wala pang guide.
Wala ka pa sa guide.
No!
Guide is ano? Guide? Walang guide.
Aid
Good jobbers. I will
Aid.
or spy?
Aid.
Aid too.
take theft. You must be able to steal that knowledge from somewhere.
Ano, theft is level 2. Level 1 ka pa lang.
Ano, ay level 3 siya. Raphael,
No. That's his level, but your Goetra level is only level 2.
we will take aid.
I can aid in your escape, but in return, you offer the game.
Favorite game.
Then my game is simple. The roll of a die. A six-sided die appears above his hand.
Literal.
Choose a number for each of your friends. If I roll the number not chosen, our deal ends.
Chosen our deal ends.
There's 5 of you.
Mhm.
Well, there's 4 of you. And there's
So
a
that's-
six-sided die.
Gago to ah. Gago to ah. Make it odds or evens, and I will sweeten the deal. Give me a name, and I will bring it to heel.
Smiles. Odds. Odds is my choice, for they are against you. Roll now.
Okay.
Yes. Do you wanna roll? Are you rolling or am I?
You.
You test the demon.
Evens. The deal is sealed. Our
The
deal
dice
is mine.
spins.
Okay, you got it.
Dice spins, and as it lands, evens appears. The demon looks at it and seems to get a small frown. And then it looks at you. You hurt me, master. And so you shall heal me. I shall ensure your return with your friends. But you will heal me by summoning me again.
Sure.
Sure.
He buries his hand into the ground, and as he hits it, fire bursts out and it flies like chains to the 4 of you.
Nice.
We have a way back.
The 2 of you, Gregory and Rowan, you see the chains of fire flying to you. Do you resist or do you let it happen?
I fall to the ground.
You, Dina?
What am I wearing?
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
First question.
Pinsan nga kayo ni Imogen.
What am I wearing?
I don't want this jacket to have scorch marks, so I'll take it off. I'll take the jacket off.
You whip the jacket off as the chains wrap around your waist, and then they disappear. You
Yes.
don't see the chains anymore.
Okay.
But at least you're like,
Okay.
the last chain flies, and as it goes to Imogen, you see the demon. Oh, so that is what you face. He smiles. A pity I am here only to aid. I shall welcome you back when it is time, Master.
See you soon. Oh, by the way, guys, Raphael, the maker, and Rowan.
Hello, Raphael. It's nice to meet you. Thank you for helping us.
It just stares at the rest
Can
of you.
you give me any chance? Would you give me a freebie if I can?
This is
Oh,
not a woodland creature.
Stop asking demons for things. That's my thing.
you wanna tell me what the maker's name is so I can stop calling him the maker?
Up names until he's irritated, then he'll give you his name.
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
The 4 of you now approach the mouth of the cave, moving past the red barriers. People in the fundraiser are all staring, and they start to realize what's going on. You see the concern in their faces. There's obviously some activity going on now on that side, as many are calling out if someone should check if security might be threatened. You hear someone mentioning the Tha enforcers might come to help. THAH. You haven't really encountered them yet since your return. But as you all approach the mouth of the cave, there is a sudden stillness. The wind is not blowing. The whole place feels heavy. Looking back, you could see the people who are staring. They've all now started to move very slowly. It's almost as if the time you're in is different from theirs.
I turn towards Gregory and I say, "Sweetheart, what do you think's happening?"
I do not answer and ignore this statement of sweetheart.
Honey, did you hear what I just said? Cupcake, sweetie,
That's not what I meant. But
Bunnykins.
I continue to study the surroundings and the other people gathered, willfully not listening.
I just like go through a litany of like super corny pet names.
And as you reach the fourth corny pet name you could think of, you've all stepped one more step into the shadow of the cave, and the cave is gone. Surroundings have completely shifted. You are all now in this wide, rolling hill. There's like grass in all directions. There's like, alam niyo yung, anong part ng ano yun? Yung parang panay flowers?
Mhm.
Netherlands nga ba yun or something?
Oz?
But you get the idea. Na parang it's all these patches of flowers in different colors in all directions and nothing but hills.
Oh, okay.
At the distant horizon of where the rolling hills would be, that's where you see the cavern walls. And then looking back where you guys came from,
Mhm.
very distantly far, there's a haze of heat. You sort of see the fundraiser still there.
Oh, okay. Wow.
It seems you're inside the cave that is outside again.
We have been devoured.
Looking around, there is one other entity visible.
Hmm.
On the far side, near one of the patch of flowers, there is an umbrella that has been set up. Those massive umbrellas. There's a group of chairs. It's almost like for afternoon tea.
Mhm.
And then there is a figure sitting there. Figure looks like a mishmash of different clothing. Cloak, a skirt, part of the skirt torn away, there's pants,
Mhm.
boots, then the other leg is heels. There's at least 6 different hats piled on top of one head and all that. The figure wearing the entire ensemble, it makes your eyes hurt. Because the figure is in the shape of a man,
Mhm.
or at least not a man, a humanoid. But in that shape, you see a different place again. Closest way to visualize it, you can all look at slide 17.
Oh, that's cool.
You all understand that this creature is known as a lacuna. They are sentient holes, living portals. The figure stands from the chair and motions at the 4 of you. Then it suddenly stops as if, bakit apat? And then motions again.
I warily go close, but not too close. And then I guess I'll ask. If we're within earshot, I'll try to communicate with it.
What do you say?
Hello, who are you? And what is your business here?
It motions as if to motion you to stop, and then it motions the chairs.
I think sitting down on a chair would be relatively safe.
Did you bring pie?
Oh, we left it. Damn it.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
So
activate.
rude of us.
Yeah, I'm gonna activate my forte power already. Persuasion.
Okay. You see the effect?
I guess I just
What does the power do? Read it out para lang masanay tayo.
by beauty is compelling. I add 3 bene to my interaction pool.
Yeah. So that's a modifier, add 3. You can spend more now for each interaction you want the bonus on your roll.
So sa bene interaction is 3, so I can have 7.
Yeah. Everyone else, are you joining the table? Are you staying standing? Imogen has continued walking to the table.
I think
Join the table.
when I cast this, I just like do this to my face, and then as I pull back, I get even more handsome like that.
Wow, you craft this? Okay.
Wow.
The change my eyes
Yeah.
and my hair.
Or like how
Mm.
Bella
How about you, Agatha?
puts on her helmet.
I
Yeah,
sat down.
I sit down.
You sit. You join the table and sit. Gregory.
I stand on the periphery but keep my distance.
So you're not sitting. You're just close.
I
to
am
the
not
tables.
sitting.
Okay. And then Imogen reaches the chair and sits down without thinking. Figure now motions at the table, and you see in the table there is a very large dish at the center of the table, which is made of crystal. It looks like a concentric dish with multiple dipped sections in its radius.
Mhm.
Since you are from Shadow, however, an ashtray.
Okay.
And then beside that, you see a small metal tin that's open. Beside it, a matchbox. And inside the metal tin are rolled up joints.
It's a good
The
idea.
thing motions at the joint.
Friend, are you not able to speak?
It looks at you again, and then it motions at the joint. Imogen has already grabbed one and is bringing it to her lips.
Take it out of her hand.
You try to grab it from her hand.
Hawak ko na yung sakit.
That's not a problem, but I need you to roll. I need you to roll perception.
Okay.
I need you to roll resist, but you could spend in perception. This is to make sure you grab it without touching her.
Man, resist. Oh,
Kasi you're trying to pluck it from her fingers without touching her, right?
okay. Let's do it. And then I'll use perception. Wala.
One Bene.
Mababa yung mga stuff ko. It's okay.
Don't worry, Ben is only one per roll. You can't spend more than one. Agatha, were you going to do something? Or you already got the joint? You
Yeah.
got the joint. Gregory?
7.
Do not. No. Pick it up, but only examine it.
Roll to examine. You know your roll?
7.
Is that more Is that more material or seeing through deception?
Material.
I mean, it's the same bonus. So
Yeah.
it's a D10 plus 1. So I have a skill.
No.
Sure.
The difficulty is -1.
Difficulty is -1.
Yeah.
And my
So-
difficulty, number is
5. You could spend Bennett to decrease it further by 1 more, basically. That's what
it's
Bennett
okay.
does.
Casual for now. D10 na.
So do you know you rolled a 7?
Yeah.
You're able to snatch it from her fingers without touching her.
Cousin, we've experimented too
Uh,
much with drugs to know not to just smoke everything.
The Lacuna just stares at you, not responding in any way. Agatha, on your end, as you take it and place it in your lips, the matchbox opens and one of the matchsticks flies towards you, igniting.
You.
Okay, but the matchstick flies to you to light your joint. You let it?
Yeah.
And Gregory, as you study it, interesting. There are herbs inside that look like rolled up pages filled with letters.
Oh, cool.
Smoking words.
And as you mutter that, smoking words, Agatha, you take your first draught at it. The thing glows. And what are you thinking?
Free joint. Had to pay
The
for this in
smoke.
the shadow rolls.
The smoke flying out from the cigarette forms the words "free joint."
Oh my
The
god.
next words are, oh shit. My fault.
Yes, exactly. And you see the Lacuna seems to smile, seeing yours has lit. It picks up one, inserts it into the nothingness. It lights as well, and the letters start to form. You are more than expected.
Okay. Seeing it's relatively
Wow.
safe, I hand the
More smoke comes out. Forgive me. I cannot perceive sound.
seeing that it's safe. I give.
You need to smoke.
I let. What do you call that? I let. What's her name? Imogen keep hers. I get mine, and then I also try to smoke it. And then I blow out.
Imogen smoke comes out, and Imogen smoke comes out as pain, cold, lonely, wear, help, pain,
Fuck.
smoke, pain. Lacuna stares at Imogen and breathes out again the smoke and says, "Alas, same as the others."
I try to communicate it to the smoke with like, who are you and what is happening here?
Stares at you, takes a deep breath. I am Ruada, one of the Lacuna, but I am trapped.
Mm.
Smokes again. Many have come to visit, but all say the same thing.
Have are you do you know who's calling them? Do you know how to get out?
Breathes in and exhales. We'll assume this is how it's happening from this point on. All communication. No, but so many have come. so I have made them comfortable.
Where are they?
Oh,
As it motions to the flowers, the winds are blowing, you realize not all the flowers move. Gregory, since you're standing, you have a better vantage point. You realize now there are people lying in the flower bed.
You're not the one calling them.
Blows out the smoke. Where is here? This is not my home. I have been unable to leave.
I almost wanted to smoke into the jacket. I do not. I do not. I do not. So something else is pulling them all in.
You get here.
But what?
Smokes out and explains, I have long been a dutiful servant. Perhaps my master is unhappy with me, and I have been abandoned.
Oh.
Hmm. Is there any way for me to find out if this used to be a house?
You're asking me, or you're asking the NPC?
Okay, I
Sorry.
guess I'll just ask. Like, it, was this once Vislay's house?
My master never had a house.
Mm.
Master.
Who's your master?
I am sworn not to tell.
Cigarette. Whatever. Lightly.
Gregory, grab it, and then
So you just want to go home?
it is not normal for a lacuna to see no doors. Doors are to us as emotions are to human.
Can I smoke the door into the door I've been seeing?
With the door outside, the park door.
Yeah.
As you exhale, you see the instead of words, it starts becoming a door floating in the park. Lacuna stares at it. It breathes as well, and as it blows the smoke out, that is fascinating. I do not recognize it.
Mm. Okay.
It can't be a
Not that door.
coincidence.
So if it's not the one drawing things here and it's kind of stuck here as well, we have a bigger, not bigger, we have a different problem.
Smoking. Were there visitors? Were there people in the flowers before you arrived?
Exhales. No. The flowers, the fields, they are me.
Mm.
You wish to see this before my arrival.
Why not?
As you look down at the table, you realize, remember he's wearing all these clothes?
Yeah.
His doorway of a shape extends to the ground, spreading to the horizon.
This always unsettles me whenever you give me characters like this. It's like the lady is the manor and the manor itself.
Oh, I like that one.
I may show you, but I will warn you, it is not settling. They will be in pain.
At least we'll have a better idea on how to get them out of it.
Takes one last draught and it almost finishes his joint. I do not wish harm, but if this will help, we will all endure.
Endure?
At the distant horizon, grass in the fields seem to be shrinking. It's almost like, imagine if someone threw down Mercury, but then we're having it in reverse. It's all pulling back into the center. The fringes of where the hills and the flower beds are fading away. We're starting to see more of the cavern walls. And as the expansion of the garden gets smaller and smaller, you now see some of the others lying on the flower beds left in the cavern. And again, they start screaming in agony, trashing and howling. More and more screams as things are getting smaller and smaller. All of you gain despair. You notice that the lacuna is starting to tremble. Its hands are now fumbling for another joint. As more of it is now compressed and getting smaller, it's almost like the size of a basketball court. You all are still in that field, but the rest of the gardens are now filled with trashing people in the cavern floor. Even Imogen now is exposed to that. Ah! She starts screaming and howling.
So only the Lacuna person is able to calm them down so far.
And as it nears your feet, Grigori, you're the one standing. See the borders closing in on you.
I observe.
As it moves past your feet, and the moment your feet's now touching the cavern, take one anguish.
What? Sorry, what's anguish? Despair?
If you look in the Vislay sheet, there's the area for damage.
Oh shoot.
Mark your first box.
Oh shoot.
And as Grigori starts to scream, Grigori's gone.
What?
Agatha, Rowan, what are you both doing?
Sorry, could you give me again the Sparks Notes version of what he pulled in the things and what's revealed
He's pulling himself
Yeah.
in back.
and what's
So instead of having spread himself into the whole area, he's now pulling back, revealing the cave.
it's just
And everyone touching the cave is in pain. When Grigori felt the pain, he disappeared.
I see.
Stand
The
my
thing
ground.
looks at you both, struggling with the joint that it can, not being able to find one it could use. It reaches to grab yours, Rowan,
Uh-huh.
pulls it to its own mouth, and it's there. Help! It mutters. But then it has pulled enough that both of you are touching the cavern
How
floor.
can I fly?
Both of you roll resist.
Ah, shit. Can I fly? Can I try and like avoid this?
You could weave rather than roll resist. So you take another anguish and then you try to complete your spell.
Okay. Take another anguish. Shit. Tawa na sila.
Sorry, resist is a d6?
It is under.
skill.
It's one of the defense skills. If you don't have it, you roll. Oh no, you can roll intellect. Sorry, you can spend intellect to add to your roll.
And intellect. Okay.
But you
I
spend
guess
one lang, no?
Yeah, it's a one lang to the difficulty.
Okay, so if I spend intellect, what do I roll?
Still a D10. It's just that if the difficulty was 6, it's now 5.
That is a 5.
You feel the ground. You feel the psychic assault. You're ignoring it for now. You're holding it. You're in pain, but it's controllable. Okay, well, you know this is hurting you, but you're handling it. Dino, you take the anguish and you finish casting.
I'll cast, yeah. I'll use
You want to go for flight?
I'll use wala nang plants here, no? Yeah, I'll just use oh wait. Is there shadows?
He was the plants.
He was the plant.
Yeah. Is there shadows here? Like it's
Yes.
okay.
How long do you plan to fly?
Short. So round.
So every round will roll a d10. And the moment you roll a 0, you crash down.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. Make your roll. This is now a weaving with the roll, so don't forget you have to spend magic.
Yeah, I'll use weather and growth to like buff it, like grow the air around me. Wind to like
Mhm.
I'll be lifted up.
And then roll sorcery.
Yeah. So I have to roll a D10 and I can spend a sorcery, right?
Mhm.
Okay. D10. So that's just +1. Tama ba?
Yes.
5. Sakto, right?
Sakto.
Yeah.
Your shadows buffet you up. You take to the air, but you've suffered anguish. And we cut to outside. Grigori. See the flame chains fading away. You see the demon. Saved you.
Oh.
The anguish fades. Lose your anguish. He pulled you safely.
What about the others?
You see beside you, Imogen. What happened?
Oh, but she's awake.
She looks at you. Where am I?
You're at the devouring cave.
She shrieks as she sees the ground, then she sees the cave and looks at you. We were just at your house.
Yes, you went into a fugue state.
That's 2. You hear the demon.
There were 2 more?
As the master requested.
What do you mean?
We had a deal.
The deal did not include saving your master?
As requested, to save them from danger. They are still safe.
Oh, I suppose that makes sense.
Where's my cousin?
Inside?
What do we do?
I'm not sure. The cave itself causes anguish.
So it's not someone.
No, if anything, he was trying to console everyone inside the cave that had been pulled. I just don't understand what's pulling people. If only I'd been allowed more time to study. Maybe.
But it's not a demon.
No, that is a demon. Pointing at Raphael.
She looks at you, glances. Where?
Oh.
She doesn't see it. Mystic man. Cutting back to inside.
That makes sense.
You
That
feel
annoyingly makes sense.
you feel the pain lands, but you're ignoring it. What does Agatha do as you see Rowan's floating right now, fluttering with shadowy wings?
Okay, but the Lacuna is trying to show us something, right?
Yeah, the lacuna has pulled itself back now. It's now just it in this cavern. And you see the lacuna also seemingly acting in pain.
Shit,
It blows out the smoke again. Please help me. If I spread wide, the pain is tolerable.
spread wide, the pain is tolerable. Go ahead, spread wide.
Starts to expand again.
Don't pull it in.
As it's expanding, Lance, I need you to decide how Agatha will stop contact with the cave.
I made a deal, so you know what? Um, is it more tolerable if you spread and the pain is shared?
It doesn't seem to answer right now as it's spreading its body. Probably because it's not holding the joint.
I'll stay.
Roll again, another resist. Oh my god. Sorry, natawala ako sa pinakita, roll another resist to ignore the pain. If you fail this, the demon yanks you out. Rowan,
I will-
roll a d10.
I will use another intellect. Is that possible?
Yes. Each time you roll, you can spend. As long as you still have.
Nice. Yes.
One shit.
Come on, come on, come on. 10!
Your boats.
Zero.
Yeah. 0! Lance, there's no 10. In your mind, I'll share the pain. I'll share. As you gasp in pain, you're outside. And you see the demon. 3, 1 to go, and my duty is done.
Run,
Agatha grabs your shoulder. Where's Agatha? Ruano, you feel Imogen grab your shoulder. Where's my cousin?
soon!
Why did you pull him out?
Because he's not yet in danger.
But it's just a cave. There's no demon. There's no sorcerer. There's no curse.
Something
Why-
different about it.
Why can I see the demon?
I ask Agatha.
you.
I thought there was no
You
demon.
made another friend.
3 different conversations.
Too many friends this
What
week.
do you mean there's no demon? I smell like brimstone and sulfur right now. I summoned one.
No, inside the cave. There was no demon causing it.
No demon inside the cave. Inside the cave, only out here.
Imogen stares at the cave and gasps. She seems to suddenly realize what this is, but before we hear that answer, we cut back to inside.
Mhm.
You're
Galing naman
maintaining
ni
your
Imogen.
flight, Rowan.
Mhm. Okay. I'm trying to figure out a way, and I'll try to talk to the lacuna. No. I wanna. So it looks like it's a cave, and we don't know what's causing it. The cave. Does this cave seem naturey? Can I talk to the? Oh no. Okay, I can see two things. I'm gonna start weaving the qualities of mystery from the woods and a breath
Okay.
from the wind. And I will try to inhale the secrets of this cave to try and find out what is going on.
There you go.
Let's go. Okay. Okay, and I'll cast the spell.
So you're using divination to gather secrets and knowledge. Given the divination ranges, there is the level of difficulty based on the type of what you call this? Based on the type of knowledge you're hoping to get.
Mhm.
Let me just get that table. Okay, divinations. Da, 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 da.
I'm thinking if I should just yes.
You're looking for rarely known information. That is level 5.
Let's go. So, and I can only spend one sorcery, right?
Yes.
Ah,
There is a secret that allows you to spend more. You can buy.
what do you mean? I can buy a secret?
It's a progression. It's a character progression that you can learn to spend more bene than one.
Let's go. Let's try. I don't want to look. Fuck, baba. I can't use sortilege here.
No.
Okay.
Sortilege is when you're not using a spell.
Okay.
As you're casting your magic, I will allow you a success at cost.
What does that mean?
I'll let you succeed, then your flight fails and you suffer anguish as you hit the ground.
That's gonna knock me out already. I have to anguish already.
Take it?
I can't. It's gonna be useless, no? But spend one bene of intellect to take out one anguish.
Yes.
Let's go, game. Done.
spending bene to empower yourself from the anguish you suffered. As you call upon the secrets of the cave, you've dropped to the ground painfully. Then you start to see the surge of memories and images that tell you what the cave is. Like a malignant tumor that has been left unchecked,
Mhm.
hiding in the ruin of its own making.
Mhm.
They are remnants of the terrible weapons that were unleashed in the war.
Okay.
They are known as hate cysts.
It's
Hate cysts are sentient weapons. Their limited sentience is all about destroying its enemy. This is a hate cyst in the center of Fartown, and it has grown. As you hit the ground and see all this, you feel the pain and outside.
was I able to see how the lacuna factors in? Why does he seem to like? Is he able to like lessen it or something?
The lacuna, it's the equivalent of if you stab someone, they're bleeding to death.
Mm-hmm.
But if you stab an ocean, it's still painful, but it can be managed better.
But it's not doing anything to like suppress the hate cyst or anything. How did he get in?
No.
How was he sent in there?
One of those lured by the weapon.
Oh, okay, I see.
And as you emerge outside and the demon fall, my duty is done. You promised you shall call me again, my love. Raphael fades away in fire and brimstone. Imogen, of course, this might be those weapons, the weapons from the past.
It's exactly that. I've found out. I've learned it's a hate cyst.
Oh, good that you learned that. I mean, not that it's a hate cyst. How do we deal
How do
with
we
it?
deal with it? Yeah.
Imogen stares at you. I don't know. All of you stare at each other, wondering what to do with this knowledge you now have. They arrive with gold skin and white hair, wearing red coats, black boots, tall black boots, riding what seem to be they look like carved horses, parang statues of horses.
Nice.
Yung parang sa merry-go-round.
Okay.
But they use it like for flying and stuff. The Ta enforcers, as they are called, land in their floating stone horses where you are. They are not human, but they are not thought forms. No one precisely knows what they are. You only know that they are supposedly the physical manifestations of the will of the Deathless Triumvirate, which is the ruling authority here in Saturnine. As the Tha enforcers arrive, you see one of them eyeing the ropes that you had trampled over and seems unhappy to see that. The three others approach your group right now. They seem to be all raising their hand as if suggesting you all step back.
Does anyone know what they're going to do? Because there are people in there.
Imogen is already yelling at them. You have to help. I think we weren't the only ones in there. She's looking at the three of you.
How do we? Wait, what are you gonna do? There's still people inside.
As the enforcers close in on the four of you, they approach like soldiers who don't care about the civilians. Sa tumabi kayo, parang ganun.
Mhm.
Any of you stay in their way or do you back up?
I stay in their way.
I back up.
There's still people inside.
That's a lot of people. And I stay with Rowan.
As both Agatha and Rowan stand their ground, trying to yell at these enforcers to do something, Imogen backs away with Gregory, afraid of the intimidation that these things emanate. The two press their hands against your shoulders or chest to force you back. Both of you must now roll resist again.
And resist is so important. I dodge.
Sorry, both.
Sorry, not resist. It's ano pala, withstand.
That's
That.
Who both?
Agatha and Rowan,
Okay.
since they stood their ground.
Okay.
Two. Okay.
1d10. 0.
As the touch hits them both, They both drop to the ground, knocked out.
Oh,
We're bad at this.
Both of you automatically gain despair.
despair.
And as the TIE Enforcer turns to stare at you two who backed away, one of them nods as if good for behaving, gain an acumen.
Oh shit. That's weird.
It's a hard lesson you learned. You hear Imogen mutter, "They say their touch simply brings pain so great that you lose all consciousness."
Oh, now you tell us, Imogen.
She stares at them. "Aren't you going to do something? Aren't you going to help?" The enforcers, now having pushed everyone back, the other enforcers go to bring back the ropes and race them back as if a warning. And there's the ropes now match their clothing. "Is that all you're going to do?" Imogen mutters at one of them, and that one turns to her and raises the hand. A very, very Doctor Who enemy, these enforcers.
I'm not one to rock the boat, you know.
You pull Imogen to you.
I put a hand on her shoulder.
She looks at you.
With a short shake of my head. Nope.
She glances down at her unconscious brother, at the unconscious Agatha, and then she looks at the enforcer and just stays silent. The enforcer brings the hand down. "Come with us," you hear behind you. And you see the people in the community center. "Hurry, come inside."
But pointing to
She motions to her friends, and the friends go close. They keep their heads low. Enforcers are watching them as they go close, but don't raise their hands. As they pick up the unconscious people, the enforcers watch them.
okay, we all go to the community center then, I guess.
And as you get inside to find shelter, the main person in the community center, that is slide 21.
Oh.
She turns to you and tells you, "One should never chance the patience of the Thai enforcers. I am Enderima.
Oh shit, I don't like the other pictures on this slide.
Your friends will be fine. They are pain locked. They will recover. They just need some time."
I turn away, grumble under my breath, "They're not my friends." And then turn back to her, and alright. So they will recover.
"I overheard you all screaming. Is it truly a hate cyst?"
Rowan realized this inside the cave, right?
Rowan realized it, but he also said it when he arrived.
Okay.
He confirmed it to Imogen.
That's what it seems to be.
Oh no. The first time that one disappeared and concern was raised to the triumvirate was 21 days ago. That means we have 9 days left.
30 days.
Triumvirate usually takes a month to respond. You are familiar with months.
Mm,
That's how days were counted in Shadow. Well, most of the time. Sometimes they count it with 28 or 31.
that's a terrible system.
Time is an illusion in Shadow. The point is, if the Deathless Triumvirate has recognized it as such, then their actions will come to bear fruit in the 30th day.
But there's still so many trapped inside.
That is irrelevant to them. A haste cyst is a weapon, and a weapon of the enemy must be removed before it grows larger.
It is a threat.
I am surprised it hasn't grown larger. Cysts grow rapidly. They are like a shadow sickness called cancer.
There was a Kuna holding it at bay, I think.
Space within a space. She could have contained the growth. Are you Visley?
Yes. Why?
And can you help?
No. I don't know.
Here, Imogen. My cousin's Visley. How can we help? If the haste cyst is defeated and destroyed, the triumvirate would not have to do what they normally do in dealing with hate cysts.
Which is
Excision.
that doesn't sound pleasant.
All surrounding blocks of a hate cyst are excised from Fartown. They are shunted to the Pale.
But there, There's still the lacuna inside, I think.
Then perhaps we need more to help.
But the enforcers?
They fulfill the will of the Deathless Triumvirate. They cannot be negotiated with. They cannot be manipulated. They're immune to all magic.
Hmm.
They leave, for they cannot be everywhere. And there are only 20 watching Vartan.
How do you even fight the hate cyst?
Or we could just
All right.
extract the people.
Or I could extract the people.
There was someone else who was curious about this cave. I do not know why, but I now struggle to remember who they were. I only know that they, like you, came here before. Does the word Numa mean anything to you?
New?
Yes. This is familiar.
No. Not immediately.
I am the same. I feel as if I should know it. But I also feel as if I don't. If you can help, the community center is among those that will be excised.
Oh, not a community center.
Please help us.
We'll try, I guess.
She smiles. Looks at your two friends, not friends. We will help them recover sooner. In the meantime, would you like some sandwiches?
I guess you could get some. That's fine.
We do have a minibar. We thought it would help us raise more funds.
Maybe Imogen
It's a
should go
mini-
with you and figure out refreshments.
She looks at you. What makes you think I'd like drinks?
Tilt my head and look at her a bit longer.
I hate you know me.
And whatever.
She stands up.
I huddle over Agatha, but kind of look towards whichever corner or something, and I gamble and like
Mhm.
Raphael.
Ooh. We'll get back to you.
Do it.
Rowan
Yeah.
and Agatha. Pain! 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 And you slam your hands against the stone floor as you look up. And the woman stares at you and says, I'm afraid, no. Your license is not being given to you. You have failed the safety tests. Your hygiene
bakery.
is clearly below what is expected. And your bakery does not have a sign.
A sign.
The two of you look at each other. As you're looking around, you realize this is shadow. You're both back in shadow. And the woman, slide 17,
Oh, get me out of here.
it's not enough that you think I look like a pencil. But the fact that you failed to fulfill your requirements simply means your bakery will not open.
Unless we know that you're going to approve it.
Well, maybe you should have thought better before saying I look like a pencil.
I think.
Is there anything we can do? I mean, first of all, you don't look like a pencil, but if you did,
Huh.
you're like one of those
The best pencils.
expensive pencils that artists use.
Mongol number 2.
I'm like
Everybody needs you.
Faber-Castell pencil.
Eyes narrow.
Oh, there. Out of this.
You do not use that word so loosely. How dare you call me a Mongol?
That was totally taken out of context. No, Faber-Castell, you're a Faber-Castell pencil.
If you want another chance,
Yes.
you'll have to wait a month. He walks away.
Fuck.
Of pay without earning. You think we could just sell drugs?
That I like that idea. Do we remember our
We can roll joints. We can roll joints.
do you remember our actuality?
Well, now you crawl back that way. So does Agatha pull out a few joints to try to calm down? And it suddenly has that words from the smoke. Yung mga ganong recall moment.
Pencil woman. Kasi kawawa naman siya. Hindi kami mabibigyan ng permit pag naka-amoy siya ng marijuana.
But
Okay.
she's gone already.
How about you, Dino? Does Rowan notice something that helps recall his truth?
Uh, yeah, he's not that pretty here. Like
So parang he sees his reflection and he's aghast how ugly he looks.
yeah, like what the fuck happened?
Okay, as you're staring, I'll have you lose one anguish.
Cool.
You're slowly healing as like, I'm not supposed to look like this. This isn't supposed to be my face. A hand touches your shoulder, Agatha. Excuse me?
Do I know the person?
Turning, you see the figure looking at you and is offering a small smile. Slide 16, first picture. Is the bakery opening? I was kind of hoping to buy something to eat.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. We can make you a fresh batch right now. You can see that we're under construction, so I hope you don't mind.
Oh, cool. Um, do I just wait?
Yeah. What did you want? We've got focaccia.
As you turn, Rowan, to see who Agatha's talking to, you're staring as you are seeing Felix.
This is in the real world.
Blinking a few times. You saw him in gray. Felix looks at you and smiles, and as he smiles, he mutters, You have some dirt. He reaches and starts wiping your cheek.
If this is in the real world, I think I'll stay. But if is it in the real world? I sorry, is this in actuality or in?
This is all gray. This is the shadow world.
Oh,
This is Earth.
I see. Is this version of Felix like less than actuality?
You don't know. As you're looking at him now, you're suddenly thinking, was he just shadow? Sorry. You're working with her, right?
I say, uh, I have to find out if you're real. I'm so
Sorry. Um, is there a camera or something?
I close my eyes because I'm like I have to find out if he's real. I have to find out if he's real. And I just try to push myself back into actuality.
Inside the bakery, Agatha, you've hurried inside, and as you look out the window, you see Rowan and Felix, and memory starts to kick in as well as you're. Wait, they were both here?
Hmm.
Feel one anguish. You see Rowan closing his eyes and muttering to himself over and over again. And then you see Felix reach and grab Rowan's hand, pushes it against his own chest. I'm real.
I'm gonna be an excellent wing woman, and I discreetly lock the door of the shop.
You go to the door, you reach for the lock, but then you know how in a dream when you're reaching for something, parang you're moving backwards. And you suddenly can't seem to reach the lock.
Mhm.
So long to reach the lock.
And the next thing you know is your eyes open, you're staring at an Asian woman's face, and you see her holding some cotton that smells really strong and potent near your nose.
What is that? That's disgusting.
Well, it is dragon piss.
Ew!
Are you back?
Don't you tell me, am I back?
I'm Enderima. I work in the community center.
Oh, it's you.
Try to stay calm.
Oh, sorry.
The enforcer had forced you into a pain loop. A pain lock, to be more precise.
Oh,
Are you still in anguish?
a little.
We need more piss. You glance to the side and you see Rowan still unconscious. And the other nurse is doing the same thing.
Oh, he needs it.
You do anything for now?
He needs it more.
You try to sit up.
Actually, yeah, I will sit up.
Sitting up, you feel, alam mo yung hangover. Your head spins a bit as you sit up.
Hmm.
But then, everything's again the vibrant colors of the indigo sun. What did you see? Some say the pain lock forces one to relive the worst memories. Others say it tempts you with the best ones, force you to stay locked longer.
Wow, they did a really bad job of it. It was okay. We lost our dream, but I mean, I think we could have gotten it back.
She smiles. You're one of the friends of the maker.
Yes. Yes. Here.
She nods. Are you Visley as well?
Yes.
Then there might still be hope. Come, let me help you get you on your feet.
Here. And Dorima. Yeah.
Andy is fine. She smiles.
Andy. Thank you. Cause yeah. Agatha, it's good to meet you. Yeah. Sorry, what did you mean? There's still hope. How can I help?
She gives you a quick rundown of the hate cyst, of the timeline, and she mutters in the end, I do more, but I'm afraid I'm just a shadow now trapped in the indigo sun.
Sorry to hear that.
The place many of the Visley fled to?
Right.
That used to be my home.
You used to be from the shadow?
She smiles.
But you're here now.
I was a revolutionary. Or at least that was the role I was given.
Uh,
I was fighting against the occupation of my country. Probably is meaningless to you. After all, it was nothing but lies. But I believed my country had been occupied by another, and I had to do what I can to help keep my people safe. It's funny. It used to be the world to me. It used to mean everything. And to now realize it was nothing but lies and stories.
oh,
Let's get you to your friend.
sure. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
It's all right. As they say, it was just my backstory. This is real now. This is where it matters. She helps you to your feet. We cut really quick back to Dino before we go to Rocky. Felix is staring at you. You feel that? That's my heart. It's real.
The fuck. I say, does it just feel real? Like, is there any way? Am I sensing anything that's not?
You are sensing it the way you are as a player right now. You are aware this is the shadow. You realize this is the lie. If Felix is here, is Felix always here?
I say, I think there's only one way to check, and that's to also check Felix in actuality. So I'll tell him I'll be back, but if I don't, probably doesn't matter. And then this isn't a very fun. Yeah.
You're going to cook the bread?
This isn't a very enticing situation anymore. So I feel like it's not really locking me here. It's making me want to go back to actuality more to find out what's going on.
Close your eyes. You try to feel your body wake up from this dream. You know how it is sometimes when you're aware you're dreaming and you're like telling yourself, wake up, wake up,
Yeah.
wake up.
Yeah.
But then you feel someone grab your hand, and when you open your eyes, you still see Felix. Hey, are you sure you're okay?
I will. Yeah.
You look kind of cute when you're nervous.
Oh, man, he's keeping me here. I say stay here. I'll be right back, and then I'll go away. Like I'll get out of contact. I'll
Pulling away from him, you slam against the bakery door. And as you slam against the bakery door, you fall back and you're in bed. You see the woman holding this stinky cloth in front of you and mutters, he's awake. He's back.
that was I don't know. Gray. It was both good and bad.
The nurse looks at you and smiles and says, just be happy you've broken free. I've heard sometimes the enforcers are so strong, it takes years.
Come on.
It helps you to your feet. Tawag dyan, non-player characters. And we cut to outside. Sandwich?
Who's this person
Are
talking to?
you happy with cucumber or would you like some meat?
Then no Raphael appeared when I called out.
You mutter Raphael Lance sorcery roll,
Oh
right?
no.
Does my existence
Wait,
in
wait,
the seat give him any help?
Sige, I'll spend one on my bump. Just because, like, I think he sincerely wants to get help. No, I rolled a 0. There's no help. That's fine.
Nothing.
What?
Sandwich? You turn and see. Where are you? Slide 28.
Oh my god,
that?
what the hell is this?
The black ribbon.
Big ribbon.
Yeah, I was like, okay, ribbon. Um, what sandwich?
Stares at you.
Are you offering or asking?
Take it. It is a gift.
What kind of sandwich is it?
Meat.
What happened to Endearma? Endearma.
Its eyes narrow. And then someone passes through him. Sandwich? A woman offers you. We have cucumber and meat. And you see the figure behind. He disappears.
What meat is it?
Oh, it's just lamb.
I guess that's legitimate. What's your name again?
I'm Trish.
You're friends with Endearma?
I work here in the community center. Andy has made sure that the community center has been running ever since she joined us. In the past, we were actually just content with, making sure the roads were clean or the walls were painted. It's all this graffiti that keeps transferring of these women. It's frustrating. Someone keeps repainting them everywhere.
Lamb.
We're just staring blankly, so I thought you were hungry.
I heard.
We do have a minibar in case you'd like to drink anything.
Thank you.
You're not here often, are you?
I'm sure you do.
I would love to have more volunteers. You hear in the distance. And as you glance, you see a eagle-headed figure in a suit. Don't mind him. He's one of the Elderbrin.
What are they?
They've been very rude since the Visley have returned.
I see. I thank you for your help.
Elderbrin, eagle-headed thing, shrugs and heads off to talk to others. You think it can be stopped? And the
Sure, we'll try to figure out a way.
parts have told us what we've all confirmed. What about the door?
Which door? You've seen it?
The one at the park.
I don't know, but it seemed to have appeared around the same time.
You think that's related? Ash gives you a small smile. To be honest, things were so much simpler back. Sometimes I don't even remember how long it's been. I used to be from Blue. It was much simpler there. All thoughts and concepts were like out in the open. Here in actuality, things are
Colorful?
rough. It's almost always the truth, but it's almost rarely what you really wanted to know.
Well, I'm sure things are the way they are for a reason. And learning of one world or the other teaches us things.
Can I
No?
consult with you about something?
Yes.
I'll leave you to enjoy your sandwich. Smiles. He heads off. You hear a sound, and from the open door, you see Agatha emerge.
They're
Concerned?
they're fine.
I see. Well, thank you for your non-concern.
I cannot help you for your own foolishness standing in the way of the enforcers. Everyone knows this.
Can I come out on you with that?
Sure. So,
When Grigori says everyone knows this, Rowan comes barging out. It's like, where are those assholes? I'm gonna fucking kill those assholes. Talking about the enforcers. Those fucking enforcers.
Everyone looks.
I'm not sure who's
The
who
eagle-headed
is
one
referring to.
sees-
The enforcers! I think they're gone.
I'm gonna kill those jerks. What the hell did they do to us?
Called Painlock.
I will concede this is the most sensible you've sounded. None of your usual overt cheeriness.
Great. We managed to get you out.
Rowan! Imogen rushes to the scene and
That's-
leaps into you,
At least you're out, but
hugging you.
we gotta Destroy the hate cyst.
I don't understand. Was that what really happened?
Yes.
They said
I did.
I walked all the way here.
You're. We got your.
He used you as bait.
I thought you were gonna protect me.
You could have.
Can be true at the same time.
I was a worm. Gasps.
That's the question.
What are we gonna do? Can we help them? They said they have 9 days.
Turning into Agatha's direction. If only we had a source of information about Hellsis and how to defeat them.
Do we? Sorry.
Pushing my luck once a day, and I think I've gone overboard today. Ask me again tomorrow. Honestly, now that we know what's in the cave and what's stopping us from going in there, and before the Lacuna turns himself inside out, dragging people out. Wasn't there 8 missing?
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
how many are imprisoned in there?
Do I remember how many? Around 8.
Imogen looks at you.
Yeah,
Rowan.
I just confirmed that.
Around 8. She would have been the 9th. Turns to Grigori. Too bad the
Yes.
thing you made can only pull out one.
Although I was wondering, staring at it, what happens to a Lacuna badge if you attach it to a Lacuna?
You think it can pull the Lacuna out?
It should send it home.
Great.
And everyone else
We don't know that. It might
can be in the Lacuna.
leave them behind the cave. I was going to try it until we saw what happened once the Lacuna pulled back. And that could still leave a hate cyst to deal with.
The people.
But at least we got most of the people in danger out.
And whatever initially pulled Imogen in is no longer affecting her?
Not at the moment.
How?
Yeah, some sort of compelling
Yeah.
thing. Like, go in, and once you fulfill it, it goes away.
That is
Something
rather
that I
interesting.
noticed is that how come when we entered and we weren't subject to it yet until what's the name of the Lacuna? Until Criven pulled back.
Because we weren't standing in the cave, we were standing
Sorry.
in the Lacuna.
So we were.
Sorry, yeah. Craven's a different
Then
Lacuna.
how come
I just used that
the
as the image
others,
of what it was.
like,
What it looks
if
like.
we get them off the ground, bring them out.
They didn't wake up.
Agatha over here helped us out.
Point at Agatha.
How did we get out?
Yeah.
More specifically, Agatha's friend.
So, do you think getting them off the ground would break?
Doesn't seem to be sufficient.
Yeah, you wanna. I did promise Raphael I'll call him again.
But
No,
tomorrow,
let's push our
not
luck
today.
another time. Or I could take a nap.
Well, we have 9 days. If ever, that's not
took me a
enough
week
time
to
to
make
build
the
that
one.
many devices, is there?
You think you can just
Right.
Lost week.
I guess we'll just try to see what else we can map out. What else we can consider.
In the community's best interest to get those people out of there. If we can find people related to those who went missing, then perhaps they'll have some sort of resource to offer us some knowledge that can help us pull out their loved ones safely. And for Rowan to throw another party, but less
Start.
joyful, I guess.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
Right?
Perhaps a community
How-
meeting?
Yeah, I think so. Or how many more days do we have again? 3? 10? A week? 9.
Then
Okay.
it's a start.
Meeting of people who've lost other people tonight.
Mm-hmm.
9.
There's sandwiches enough here for everyone. And then once we've gathered the people, we can talk to them, discover what we all know, and formulate a better plan.
Yeah. Sounds like a plan. We'll do that.
It's your wheelhouse, inviting people
Yeah.
to a gathering.
I'll get right on it. I think
Everybody will be happy to see the maker back in
Mhm.
society.
yeah.
All right. I guess it's a
Do
start.
you need to walk with
Sure.
you?
If you'll
Well,
excuse me, I think
yeah.
I'll head
Um,
home for now. You hear Imogen?
pull out the Lacuna though. Do you want it just in case?
Wow, death over being gray. That's
Turn gray.
something.
She walks away.
Am I gray? Objects only. I'm gonna hold it. So if
No.
it's in my yeah.
Yeah. And then it clicked on it. As she walks off, the three of you nod and you start to walk your separate ways. We close the session with the eagle figure, the Elderbryn.
Oh, what's that?
Yeah, I found the picture not to use for the Elderbryn.
Elderberry.
Slide 28. The, El- the Elderbryn watches the three of you leaving and sneers. "Ha! These Visla think they can solve everything. They're clearly not as powerful as they wish they were." As the Elderbryn walks away, we see behind the man with the large black ribbon. How could he see me? Doesn't make sense. And somehow, that fulfilled the damn deal.
Shit, you did
Disappears.
it. Good jobbers!
Somehow,
Dalawa na
the
tayo.
demon had already been summoned again. So for Dino and Lance, you fulfilled the second step of the arc. So under Devouring Cave, you could write find the lacuna within.
I am writing that.
Find the lacuna
There.
within the hate cyst.
Nice.
So that's for Dino and Lance. You both get 2 acumen for that. Don't forget to mark sa dulo, it's episode 2. Ay, Dino, I think you... Tama. Okay. Lance, yeah, you can copy na lang yung kay Dino. Ay, sorry, you can't see each other's sheets. Rocky, since you
Did
don't
I
have the arc, you don't
dream?
get the full 2 acumen.
Okay.
You get 1 acumen for helping them in that mystery. Because it's not among your mysteries. Okay? Rocky, you get a step in the floating door.
Oh really? Wait.
You get
Where's
2
my?
acumen. Some see, most don't.
Should I write a step?
Yes. And I'll leave it to you na lang if you're keeping track on who can and can't see.
That's 2 more acumen.
Let's go.
And then Dino, for Dream Boy,
In the lie.
you mark under the
God.
opening. Phoenix
Nice.
was in the lie.
Is that 1 acumen?
Yeah. And then Lance,
Decision.
for yeah, for 1 pa lang yan. A Lance for Limeris Street.
Is it Monday?
Ano nga ba yun sa Limeris Street? Wait, there was something kanina. I can't remember.
Oh, then Yuma.
The Numa. menu of the cyst.
Opening shot. Yay!
Yeah. And that's opening siya, so that's one acumen.
Mhm.
Hence, kung bakit gusto mo ng...
Diba? So
Well,
with stories, ang bilis ng pasok
thing is, I
ng
thought
balik
the
ng investment.
acumen would prevent us from getting ourselves too thin. But if I open several arcs,
Diba? So
okay.
because you can only have
Mm.
maximum. You have a maximum number of stories you can have active. And then if you don't have them active, it's like sobrang babang
Mhm.
reward. So like if you look at the floating door, Rocky has 4 acumen na so far. But then for
Mm-mm.
the cave, since he wasn't part of it, 1 lang
Okay.
nakuha niya. So medyo malungkot pag hindi ka kasama sa story. Okay? So just to close, each player chooses one scene that they liked in the game and that gives them joy or despair as they prefer. And there's no, don't see it as parang I'm gaming it if I get joy kasi may despair ako. No, that's perfectly fine. That's what the game is about. That's what the system is about. In fact, getting more despair, you can turn that to acumen for skills. See? Or getting more joy and despair allows you crooks for more forte. So you control your progression. That's how it works. So each of you choose one scene and say why it was a joy or despair for your card.
I like the where am I for? I like not being able to save the people first. That was I think that was a good source of despair because right now I think I what do you call that? Rowan's really trying to solve so many things.
May sense of
He's
responsibility siya sa area.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's a perfect word. Yeah. And I think as a player, Dino, this is kind of teaching me more about Rowan because his personality is coming through because he really comes off as this like foppish, like not very serious guy. But it seems like who he really was, or what I'm learning is like he has this like heroicness to him. He has to save people, so or like protect people. So I think that's what I really like about that. And so I think it's despair because he wasn't able to protect everybody or save everybody today.
I think my weird but a little conversation with and Dirima at the end. And just the whole situation with the I mean as much as I'm hermiting, there's that all this shit's going on. And the ask for the plea for help. It's like it's actually a despair thing. But yeah, but it's nudging him out. You know, because I'm Wolverining, so so that's one despair, no?
Yeah, it's one joy or one despair.
I love winning. So winning a dice roll, like I love actually like for
Gambling.
Agatha, she knows dealings with demons. It's only a matter of time before it bites her in the ass. So winning as much as possible before it gets there and being able to help and do good before she has to actually sell her soul is always a win. So that brings me joy.
Awesome. And that's it. That is our third session for
Yay.
Invisible Sun. Yeah, we're getting more used to the nuances of the game. There's still a lot of things we have to get used to, but we're at least flowing faster now to understand our roles and to use
Yeah, I
magic.
want to already. I want to get my third aggregate. I want
Buy
to
more
get my
aggregate.
third aggregate. Yeah.
Well, that is tied to your your
Huh?
character arc right now. Diba? For what's the name?
Felix?
I was about to
Ab
say Barnaby.
Abernathy.
Um,
Abernathy.
what was his name?
Tama, tama, tama,
Abernathy.
tama.
Yeah, Abernathy. And then we have a home within the home.
That was so
Aw.
cool. Nainggit ako dun. I was like, why did I think of that idea? That would have been so nice.
But it tells you he's he's one of those, ano yung term ulit nun, yung they keep moving around.
Nomads?
Nomads.
Mm-mm.
Yung diba, the type of diba, the type of Visley. The established,
That one.
the mm-mm. He was one of those
Mm-mm.
who keeps moving around.
How do our houses level up pala?
Oh, that's true, ano rin. It's spent like skills, but you can buy
How?
house secrets. And then later you can also
Oh.
buy character secrets. Yeah. I'm letting you explore character arcs muna, and then I'll open up those. And then there's even you can even learn spells that are outside of your order.
Very nice.
Para siyang scrolls, di ba? Yung D&D na you can get spells and you can just cast them and then they're gone.
I'm sorry.
There are those kind of magics that you can purchase also. I think
Oh,
it was
shit.
Lance who encountered a guy selling in the street spells.
Don't think he tried to sell me anything.
Parang,
He left quickly.
mhm.
Actually, wait lang. Drawback. Anytime one of the characters suffers any kind of damage, both characters suffer that damage with the mystic bond. No matter how far apart they are. So I should be more careful.
Okay, we forgot to trigger
I
that.
should
No, we forgot to trigger that. That should have shunted you back with Gregory.
Mm.
Ba? We forgot to pay attention to that.
Wait.
Okay, we'll fix it
No,
next time.
I'm just
We'll-
checking kasi. Okay, so he's summoning my demons. Can I borrow your making skills?
You never know.
Lord.
Just might.
Pala tawag dito, how do we level up in our order?
That's harder kasi nga there's some prerequisites.
Why?
But that's using Crux.
Kasi nakita ko, parang ang effort, parang I need to perform an invocation of knowledge in the presence of a summoned entity of at least level. I'm like, what?
Yes, see? Mahirap yung requirements
Yeah.
niya to level up sa order. That's as shown in the book. Which is why, for me, expand muna on your forte and others. And then we'll make it story-driven yung leveling up niyo. You try to hit those things.
Sabihin ko, isa-solve ko sana yung divorce ng boss ko para mag-level up.
Why not?
Oh, this is, I don't know. I like it. I like gambling with demons.
That's really cool.
I need more leverage. I cannot rely on luck.
My favorite part actually so far is just really like racking my brain on how to weave spells. Like, what do I have?
Yeah, yours seems,
Uh-huh.
I know, you have to be really
Yeah.
creative.
So far, I've been talking to everything.
Yeah. Ang sakit lang ng
That's why
gastos din eh.
mataas na yung ano ko
When you
eh.
use your
I have
magic.
10 sorcery, so lang
Sorcery. To pay for it.
I was like, pwede pa naman to. I can cast a spell pa naman. I just realized, medyo mataas lang yung cost. And I was thinking like, how do you lower the costs later? Or parang ganon. How is it easy to cast bigger spells?
There are so dun sa miscellaneous magic items, there are ephemera that give you parang energy to spend.
I see.
Hence the staff ng wizard, diba? Yung mga ganon. There are stuff like that that give you,
Got it.
And a lot of that Rocky can get.
With time.
I'm thinking.
Okay. So thank you for playing tonight. We'll see you in 2 weeks.
All right, see you guys. Bye bye.